Welcome to Tidbit Talkin. This series is just spewing out assorted thoughts about boatloads of entertainment media. Some ideas are serious, others not so much. There will be spoilers for the series currently featured, but generally only vague references to any other connected ones in a shared universe. Now, with all that out of the way, here we go. Patrolling this orbital elevator would of course be a top priority for those wacky, irregular behavior annihilators, because the Sigma virus reaching a moon colony and spreading there would kinda eliminate Earthly evacuation's entire purpose. Copying Savage Society Saboteur's body, or even that of Zero from Bad End X5 scenarios, would almost definitely never produce any new viruses. This is because Wily developed digital diseases from an external computer and then transferred it into his masterpiece later. So, in order to make their own variant, Luminay's crew would have to imitate a Windows ME equipped PC or something. Extra shielding on mechanaloids especially might be caused by those kooky new model Reploids gifting their minions with a lighter version of certain beloved transformation tech. An impressive buster got stashed here after Light siphoned some of that extra power Gigavolt Manowar was generating. He wouldn't want to keep it nearby, said Shocking Sea Sir, since the aforementioned appropriated activity ammo would just wind up stolen right back. Sigma must have suggested to new villain on the block that Vile get resurrected because X and friends now had an extra hunter helper in the form of Axel. The person really in charge would have decided to go along with things because folks like this off-brand bounty hunter who adore money are just ever so easy to manipulate.
Bamboo Pandemonium.
There's an abundance of not properly secured rocket fuel crammed boxes here, because this dude's insane via voluntarily shaping himself into unhealthy CPU brain having boss isn't much for enforcing safety protocol. Twinkling Thomas shoved that Icarus leg here so a gag about flying too close to the sun could be made. Also, the fact that everybody's main foe can transform in all kind of ways is why he felt like making extra armor was necessary again. Tired Treasuring Tin Trooper has problems with excess external heat because it makes his shooting chutes malfunction in a premature detonation sort of way.
Optic Sunflower.
Hermes Buster was sped out here because Light thought it could give X an edge in those educational combat simulation deals. Sight-savoring Solar Shooter has an issue with explosive wood because he can't stand nature being weaponized in forms that aren't thought up by him. His troubles with thrusting stem from a simple fear of being pruned.
Dark Mantis.
This small strike-stopping scalp supports storage, being this dark place is simply because avoiding tiny things is really hard in such an area. The good doctor must have many memories of stepping on small Lego-resembling objects in his lab during power outages. Big bad bug bots bothered by brightness because he volunteered to help study how people with fleshy eye deficiencies function for some extra cash.
Gravity Antonian.
A winged mythical figure themed energy shield producing doodad was plopped here because those weird barrier teleport whatsits inspired the thing's creation. Wait, Wrecking Warrior's trouble with darkness weapons is because they remind him of black holes, the one gravitational aspect nobody can ever truly master. He experiences suffering from Zero's neat trick because it's harder to manipulate the laws of physics when too much spinning is involved.
Earthrock Trilobite.
Armor arranged around helping out partner recovery was shelved somewhere a team of workers often face injuries. Deadly Dirt Dude's main body is extra vulnerable to things meant for plowing through defenses because each bit of self-helping alterations this guy went through got put into easily swappable external hoopla since his precious construction industry demand way too much specialized protection. Altering one's entire physical being every time a different site part needs visited isn't exactly feasible.
Gigavolt Manowar.
Freaky Frying Fish struggles with attacks getting bounced back because extra kinetic grab doesn't fit with the schematics currently installed in his energy handling programs.
Avalanche Yeti.
Crevasses is just how that word is pronounced in the 22nd century. Apparently, anybody who said crevices was killed during those myriad robot attacks throughout the past 100 years of this universe. Head-hastening hunks hang out over here just because good robot dad thought such a gadget might help X not freeze during worst-case scenario times. The extreme sound of lightning strikes infuriates this sorta urban legend-tied foe because other stuff that might cause avalanches threatens his job security to a massively intolerable degree.
Burn Rooster.
Fragility foregoing Fleet Feet's finding forms up in here because Light wants his little peace lover to get out of hot places extra soon as possible, even when the laws of reality apparently forbid that from happening. Fiery Feather Flaunter's ice issues aren't just because cooler temps in general are bad for flame-filled fabrication. The guy's also just really pissed that air conditioners are more appreciated than heaters. X-Zero and Axel can't teleport out of the slowest auto-scrolling area ever because overwhelming heat from this overly decorated volcano messes with their coordinate determining system. The Navigator's battle capabilities and ultimate armor stuff were all developed after thoroughly extensive data was gathered during all that oddly not world-endangering extra stuff collection action. Sigma wanting to take another space trip might be because being purged of viral qualities that came about from Wily's alterations has left the base evil energy form parts of him instinctively longing for final frontier found home location sort of things. Vile's low degree handling problem is because weakening his precious jetpack flame causes a fuel maintaining inadequacy error stemming explosion kinda deal. This place blows up after those traditional rematches because Lumine doesn't want enough materials left over for Scavenge Savoring Science Society to find and use to research his new model Reploid companions. Fake but also real, Sigma can't handle shadowy stuff because the natural whatever connections to what it mimics reminds him of his weird life status in an unbearably not pleasant sort of way. Literal light destroys darker Greek Gearhead because it interferes with the flow of this currently him powering weird green energy. Captain Creepy Composure settles on an ice weakness because being forced to be stuck somewhere really sucks for folks whose normalcy involves shifting shape all the time. Lumine isn't going nuts because of a virus copy involving mimicry error. The amount of digital memories which know of crazy Sigma simply greatly outnumber those which involve Mr. Sane Hunter Leader Guy. Endings are a pain, but all of you are fantastic. See ya.